Hey guys, Pitmaster here. I'm going to give you 4 lessons to be learned from UFC 190. 4 lessons that you can take away. So not only are you going to be entertained, but there's some lessons to be learned. Number 1, styles make fights. Arturo Gatti, Mickey Ward. Neither one of them was the best fighter in the world. Neither one would ever beat Mayweather. But together, they made a legacy. Their 3 fights were never to be forgotten. There's a movie. So, styles make fights. And in 190, not 2 of the best guys really new. They might be the best day someday, but right now, they're really new. But their styles made, to me, what was the fight of the night. Lopez Vieira. Their styles, the way they fought, stand up on the ground, it turned into, I thought by far it was the best fight of the night. Lopez and Vieira. So styles make fight. That's number 1. Number 2, Bushido. Bushido is more important than you'll ever know. It's not tangible, and it's really hard to put your finger on it or describe what it is. But when you see it, you know it. And it's one of the reasons everybody loved Chuck Liddell. Even if there was someone even up to him in skill, people like Chuck better because of his Bushido. Okay? Even his peers, other fighters, every other fighter I meet, Chuck Liddell is their favorite fighter. And it's not just the way he fought, it's the way he carried himself. It was his Bushido. And I bring this up from UFC 190 and the way that Bigfoot carried himself after the fight. Just total class and Bushido. Sometimes he's not always the greatest heavyweight in the world, but one reason people love him, like after he fought Mark Hunt, it's his Bushido. Stefan Strupp, after his beating Big Nog, a legend, no trash talking, no bullshit. He bowed to him to show respect. Total Bushido. That kind of stuff people never forget. Okay? So, lesson number 2, Bushido. Number 3, condition separately from your sparring, drilling, grappling. Because if you're relying on those 3 things for your conditioning, you're never going to be as in good a shape as people that actually take their conditioning so seriously, they do it separately. Okay? So they'll spar, they'll grapple, they'll drill, they'll work on techniques, but then they'll condition separately. You cannot get in good enough shape if you relied on your conditioning to be your sparring and grappling. And I'll tell you why. Because you have to bring it up so many notches to get your conditioning up. You're always going to be burnt out and even worse, hurt. Can you imagine if you sparred for your conditioning? So you had to spar as hard as you fought 5 days a week? You're going to be punch drunk within a fucking month, and you're going to have broken jaw, headaches, concussions, broken bones. Imagine if you had to grapple that hard all the time. You'd always be hurt. So you have to train smartly. You have to spar moderately and condition separately. And that's where you build up your cardio. Because I'll tell you what, you're going to get a lot less hurt as if you spar 10 minutes all out and get your heart rate up. You'll get hurt. You'll have a concussion and brain damage and a broken hand. But now you can push burpees as hard as you can for 10 minutes and you'll still get your heart rate way up. You're just not going to get hurt because burpees is a very safe exercise. So condition separately. That's lesson number 3. Okay? And the reason I brought this up into UFC 190, a couple of the fighters started fizzling. And I know that it's some of the camps, they don't really like to condition because they told me, I don't need to condition, I just spar harder. And they've actually told me that. And a couple of them fought this past weekend, and I saw their conditioning wasn't up to par, wasn't equal to their opponent, and that is one of the main reasons they lost. So condition separately. Okay? Number 4, 4th lesson to learn. This was when Strupp fought Big Nog. Okay? Strupp was taller. Big Nog was punching up. He was landing just as much in the first and second round, but he couldn't hurt Stroop like he would have because he was punching up. You lose all your power when you punch up. You have a lot of power when you punch down. So you never punch up. Okay? That's a very important lesson to learn. Mike Tyson was shorter than almost all his opponents, but he actually hit him on the downward stroke of his overhand right or his left hook. That's where the power came from. When you throw straight punches up, you're not going to get much power. When you throw straight punches down, you'll get a lot. And when you throw hooks and overhands against a taller opponent, then you can generate enough power to knock them out or hurt them. So that's another lesson that was learned in UFC 190. Okay? 4 lessons. I hope you guys had a good time. Please comment and give me some constructive, not mean, criticism, because I am starting to do lessons from all the UFCs. I'm starting to do Coach's Corner, tips, and techniques that I'm putting on the YouTube. So please comment, let me know how you're liking them, and thanks for coming.